Hello musici, let's see a couple of Partimentini here of a musicus from France. Now, French, let's play them. Okay, so this is a Partimentino, the bass is given and we have to realize the right hand. Actually, there are a lot of good things, but something can be identified as outside of the style of this exercise. What do I mean? For example, line number one, it's okay, I really like it. This is a very spicy, okay, a very chromatic appoggiatura, nice. Sol fa mi re mi fa re sol fa mi ok, la sol fa la sol. In that specific case it would be a little better to continue the sequence. This seems a little interrupting, La, sol, ta, ta, do, ti. Otherwise, you can put another figuration to recall this one if you want a better diminution. But the gesture, think about the gesture. I prefer to continue with the scales. La, sol, fa, la, sol. La, sol, fa, la, sol. Fa, mi, re, fa, mi. Fa, mi, re, mi, re, re. And in order to have a better conclusion, mi, re, instead of an imperfect cadence, so with a third at the top, 8. Then there is another point here. Here there is a 0 in the numeration because we need the rest. Why? Because this is a canon, so the bass is joining sol, re, and then the canon starts with an octave. Here we had an octave, so rest, and then D. And as you can see, this is an imitation of this, like a cross imitation, and this, because of the repetition of the notes, should be this way, okay, if we want to keep the canon. And for the entire section up to here. Okay, a little ornamentation can be okay. Even here, in order to have the imitation of the dotted note, it's better to do this way. Then instead of the third, he puts the fifth. Okay, can work. What sounds a little weird are these arpeggios, because we don't have in this Partimentino any arpeggio like this. They sound a little out of the style. And there's another thing, which are, so B flat, F, B flat and F, they really sound parallel octaves. Because they are very close and on two consecutive very close and consecutive beats. So in that case, this bar can be done better. Something which works very well can be a scale like this. Why? because this way we can create a contrast between all the descending movements we had and the descending scale we had in this partimento with the last ascending scale. When we want to do an ascending scale while we have the bass which moves up ascending, we have to pay attention about parallel fifths and octaves. So here we have parallel thirds at the end. 3 3, parallel fourths, so they work, and then 5 8, so no problem at all. Then we come back to D, so it's a long diminution of D actually. And I would conclude in a more simple way. Otherwise, it seems very rushing if we conclude this with 16th, even because here we are on a cut time. So the tactus tend to be quite fast. And the 16th note is a very diminution level, and here on the end, pam, fa, sol, fa, mi, fa. Some better sounds. Okay. This way. Okay. Good. Let's play this again this way from the beginning. Okay, good. And then there's another Partimentino, number 2 in A major. Let's play it. Okay, there is a weak point here. The weak point is the fact that you are using the fifth. We have the third followed by the fifth. This is not the best solution when we have a descending scale. First of all, the first line is okay, I really like it. Mi, fa, sol, la, fa, mi, re, do, re, mi. La, fa, mi, re, mi, fa, sol, fa, mi, re, do, fa. Then, I find that this repetition of the same figure this way is very, it's a little strange, it's very repetitive. So what can we do? Here we have the end of the first phrase, as you can see, and that's okay. Then here you could put the rest on a downbeat and prepare the following downbeat. So for example, 6 and 3. 6 3, use imperfect consonances. Then the problem here, now maybe here is very weak on the keyboard, but let's play it an octave down. This fifth sounds very harsh. Why? Because it's a perfect consonant. In that case, the better solution is the 6. So on each upbeat, 6 6 6 6, alternating a third with a 6 is very powerful. Even because this way you arrive at the end with G sharp instead of F, which is the clausola, the cadence. Mi, fa, even if you don't state it, because do, re, mi, fa, or to, ta, te, re, fa, sol, la, sol, fa, la, fa, mi, fa. So here the 6th better works, even because if you imagine this with more than one voice, the 6th creates the 7 6 7 6 forward on in the third possible voice. 7 6 7 6, 8, this way. So we pass, we alternate G, 3, 6, 3, 6, 6, 6, 8, this way. 3, 6, 3, and you can even put a diminution. 3, 6, 3, 6, 3, 6, 3, 6, 8, and after this little cadence, so we can even state A. La, fa, sol, la, sol, fa, mi, fa. Remember that the melody must really be cantabile. Fa, sol, fa, mi, fa. La, sol, fa, mi, fa. La, sol, fa, mi, fa. Or mi, fa, that way. This is totally much better. Let's play it again. Mi, fa, sol, fa, mi, re, do, re, mi, la, sol, fa, mi, re, do, fa. Breath. Sol, fa, mi, fa. Okay, and this way we have a beautiful realization of both Partimentini. Bravo!
Look at all these books! They are beautiful, each one more than the other, and they contain a lot of information. But they have a big problem. Either you engage in a long, painful battles against the chapters to decipher, understand, and interpret what's written, or they are completely worthless. Think about when you bought your last book to learn how to compose music. How enthusiastic were you? And then, what actually happened? It stayed in your bookcase, gathering dust and rusting away. What you need, therefore, is not 1, 5, or 10 more books. What you need is an experienced guide who takes care to evaluate your current situation, is well aware of what your desired destination is, precisely because you tell him, so he can design the best path for your journey, points out the right exercises, shows you which mistakes to correct and how to correct them, and provides you with concrete tools to improve and get better step by step. In recent years, since I have been here on the web, I have had the pleasure of guiding by hand many people like you to learn how to compose music, to grasp the musical techniques, discover the secrets of musical composition, and then achieve concrete results. Because in the end, that's what matters, that everything you learn becomes a seed that grows your skills, and little by little you become able to compose music. And so you are happy, and happy are the people with whom you share this passion, music. For this reason, in order to help you to achieve these destinations, I've prepared 2 paths, with some things in common, but different. One to become a Renaissance musicus practicus, and another one to become a Baroque musicus practicus. Are you curious to discover all the beautiful things you can learn with me? Click on this link and download the special informational brochure, which contains all the information you need to make the best choice for you.